Hi everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Joanne and today we are going to talk about affordable skincare that I've been using for 3 or more years. A key reason for why I wanted to make this video is that I feel like out there on the internet, so either YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, there is just so much content around skincare and there is just so much overwhelm related to that. And like, for example, if I feel like if I were to try to venture out and like find good skincare products in this stage, it's just, there are just so many products out there. Now you're not just, potentially buying products from your local drugstore. You could be going to Sephora, you could be going to Ulta, you could be going to Target, Walmart, and you could also be ordering products online. So I feel like there needs to be a Zen moment. We need to just focus on the core basic tenets of good skincare. And I feel like for me personally, I've struggled a lot with acne, and so I wanted to put this together for you guys out there who might just be like super overwhelmed with like all of the options, and maybe you're buying a lot of stuff and it's not working out for you. Maybe these are some products that you could try or do some more research on. Okay, so some caveats before we get into like the whole skincare routine is that I am on medication. So I am on birth control, which is generic Yaz, and this is to manage my adult acne. So if you have adult acne and you are a woman, for the most part, it is a hormonal problem, and skincare is not going to fix a hormonal problem. So for me, I ended up doing Accutane. I was on Accutane for 8 months when I was 21, so that was 4 years ago. But the acne returned after that. So I was experiencing pretty severe acne up until I think like either last year or 2 years ago. Second caveat is that I found out that I have a pork sensitivity, and I found this out because I finally moved out of my family home like 2.5 years ago. And this could be a whole separate video, but it was really hard to figure out how to cook like every single day for myself. I know how to cook, but to like put together menus or like to grocery shop without creating a lot of waste, because like food was always going bad in my fridge because I was over buying food. I just ended up like not buying pork as often. And then one day I went out and got Japanese BBQ for my anniversary with Patrick, and we had so much pork that day. It was great. It was like the best pork ever. I ended up with 3 giant cystic pimples on my face, and I was just like, huh. Then one time I went back to my family home and they had pork belly, and I was just like, I love pork belly. I never cook it at home because it's just like, it's very fatty, and like to really have a healthy diet, it's good to just like eat healthy food at home, and then you could eat unhealthy food outside of the home. But like going back and eating pork belly, again, like 4 cystic pimples like all over my face and like in my head as well. So I spoke about this with my sister and also like my mom, and it was just like, yeah, turns out my dad is sensitive to pork. So like definitely look, like if you are experiencing acne and it's not hormone related, like definitely explore food sensitivities, because like I know people always say check food sensitivities, but I never did. Like I just assumed that like, yeah, I'm healthy, I can eat anything I want. No, yeah, pork is bad. Like any time that I've had pork since, and this is really difficult because I am Chinese, like almost every Chinese recipe is made with pork, because like it's such a like, it's an easy ingredient to work with, right? And it's also very affordable. But yeah, every single time I've had pork since, I've noticed, I mean, correlation is not causation, but for me, I just know better to stay away, and I've had like pretty good skin for the most part. I guess to say all of that is there are outside factors that cause you to break out that isn't directly related to your skincare or whatever you're applying to your skin. And if you are trying to improve your skin quality, it's really important to have a holistic understanding of your skin and just managing all of the different variables that could be causing you to break out. I keep saying break out like that is like a the only skin issue you can have. That's just my skin issue. Like, that's my main skin issue. So like, I don't really deal with a lot of like dryness or things like that. So that's kind of why I focus on that. I did also want to say that I am wearing like eyebrow makeup, eye makeup, and lip makeup right now, but I'm not wearing any base makeup. So this is the skin that you're seeing. So the first product that I wanted to talk about, and this is kind of just in order of like relevance in your skincare routine. It's not like in order of how much I love them, because I love all of them very equally. So the first one is micellar water. So what I have here is the Garnier micellar cleansing water. This is the all-in-one waterproof. So I can't really use the regular one that's like in the pink cap. I've used it before. It's just like, it doesn't take off all of my makeup, and so then I have to use a different cleanser to take off like the waterproof aspects of my makeup. So I just feel like better to have one that can actually take off everything. So yeah, this is the micellar cleansing water. I think in general it's good to have a micellar cleansing water just in your routine. And my favorite one is actually not this one. This is my second preferred one. But if I could find the Bioderma micellar cleansing water on sale, like I try to get it under $15 for like the larger bottle, but that doesn't always happen. It's a pretty pricey micellar water, so this one is a good affordable alternative. And again, the point of skincare is that it has to be easy to use and it won't actively break you out or anything like that, and this has not broken me out before, and it is really easy to use. I personally do not like double cleansing. I don't like using oils. Like I've tried so many times. I had the cleansing balms. I've also had the Crave Beauty, the Makeup Rewind. I'm still working through that one, but again, I think at the end of the day, I just don't like oil products because I already have such oily skin. It just feels like icky, and I don't like wash it down into the drain because that stuff can clog your drains. Also, like cleansing balms, at least the Vanilla Co one, it's made of microplastics, so it's not actually good for the environment. So I'd rather use something that's like, it's reasonably okay for the environment. I mean, there's definitely the plastic bottles, so if there's any way that we can make reusable pellets that we can just drop into a bottle, that would be ideal. At Bioderma, at Garnier, like just figure it out so that we don't have to have such a big footprint. But yeah, otherwise I like micellar water. And I know that there have been some people who say that with micellar water, you might have difficulties with, like, it might over exfoliate your skin. So for example, like you have to use cotton pads. I use reusable cotton pads with these, and you could just throw those into the wash once it's done. But yeah, with those, like, some people have said that you could have over exfoliated portions of your skin. So yeah, totally makes sense. Just, I guess, like, be careful, be cognizant of like looking at your skin. If it feels like it's red, it's irritated, maybe it's time to scale back on maybe even like applying makeup. So I only use this on days that I apply makeup, and I work from home a lot of the time. So I think, like, for the most part, I'm wearing makeup maybe 3 or 4 days out of the week. You know, I might wear makeup on the weekends, and then in the days where I'm going to the office, I will wear some like very light makeup. So yeah, I don't use this every single day. I know some people do. So like if you have oily skin and you have sunscreen and like all of that stuff, like you want to remove it, just be careful. And that could be why maybe like you have micellar water, and then sometimes you have an oil cleanser, because the oil cleanser is definitely much more gentle on your skin. Okay, cool. So let's get into the next product. So the next product is this is the Soonjung pH 6.5 Whip Cleanser. I've been using this for 4 or 5 years. This is the best. If they discontinue this, like, I will have a breakdown. This is the only cleanser that does not leave a film on my skin. I've used them all before. Cerave, Cetaphil, it's different, you know, like those are good like skincare products that a lot of people use. This is the one that works for me, and it is affordable, and it lasts you 8 months on average, because I have purchased like 4 bottles of this over the years. So yeah, it lasts you a pretty good amount of time, but I'm not using it every morning. So I do not cleanse my face for the most part in the mornings unless my skin is feeling really oily. This is from Etude House. I've also, like, when I first purchased this product, it was, I ran it through Coast DNA, which is like one of those websites where you can see like the full translated list of skincare products, and it goes through. For the most part, I don't think it has any issues, though there have been reformulations in the past 3 or 4 years. Not reformulations, it's just repackaging. But then, like, whenever something is repackaged, there is the off chance that it will be reformulated in a slight minor way. But for the most part, I haven't had any issues throughout any of those package changes. So yeah, highly recommend. I think this is under $15, and sometimes on sale you can get it for under $10, and best product ever, like literally tears of joy. And it's affordable, and it's like, it's such a nice package, and it comes out foaming. You don't have to foam it up in your hands. Very nice. Okay, next product, of course, is the Cerave Daily Moisturizing Lotion. I started using this while I was taking Accutane because the skin was so dry. But yeah, I've kept using it, and so like this is not the same bottle, of course. No, it takes me like a year to get through this full bottle, and so like I think I've bought like 3 bottles since then. And price-wise, drugstore prices have gotten really high lately. I don't know if it's just me, but like before this used to be like maybe $12, and then nowadays it's like $17. So it is very expensive, but it's not as expensive as Sephora or Ulta. It doesn't have any fragrances. It's a very clean ingredient list. It's dermatologist recommended. This is exactly what my derm recommended for me. I've tried other moisturizers since then. I've always been like, yeah, maybe like this other one's gonna be like nice, it's like cool packaging or whatever. It almost never works out. Like, this is my go-to. This is the skincare that I will go to if it's like my skin is freaking out, I need it to relax. So yeah, love Daily Moisturizing Lotion, and I apply it every single day. I do have like normal to oily skin. I don't feel like it's as oily as when I was like in high school and going through puberty and all of that. I feel like it's normalized a little bit, but I do still have my own like bodily way to produce face oils. It's just like when I wash my face, like it will take off those oils and it feels a little bit dry, and so that is when I apply the moisturizing lotion. A key trick with applying your moisturizer well is that right after you wash your face and your skin is still damp, not dripping wet, there's not like liquid on it, but if you touch your skin, it still feels like kind of moist on the inside, apply your moisturizer, and then that's going to lock in that moisture in your skin. So if you wait a little bit and you let your skin kind of like dry out, and all of that surface moisture just goes away, and then you apply moisturizer on top of it, yeah, it's going to work, but like it would work so much better if your skin had moisture already. I think particularly because this has hyaluronic acid, and I'm sure you've heard, actually you probably haven't. Why do I just assume that everyone has heard exactly what I've heard on the internet? Anyway, when it comes to skincare, if you do have hyaluronic acid in your skincare products, you need to make sure that your outside environment is humid. Otherwise, what the molecule is going to do is it's going to absorb moisture, and if it's not coming from the outside environment and it's on your skin, it's going to be pulling it from your skin. And so if your skin is damp, not like dripping wet, it's just slightly moist, and you apply the moisturizer. There's also some occlusive ingredients in the Daily Moisturizing Lotion that will help to lock that in. And so the hyaluronic acid is, sure, it might pull the excess moisture from your skin, but it's not going to take too much of your existing skin's just natural moisturizing factors, if that makes sense. Also, I'm not a dermatologist, so maybe like don't trust everything that you hear on the internet. Do your own research. If something that I'm saying is not making sense, dude, check me on it, and then I can learn. It could be a great learning opportunity for everyone in the comments. So yes, if you feel like something I said is off, please feel free to question me, because that is how we all grow. Okay, this is the 4th product that legitimately, if they never produce it again, something breakdown, you know? Like, that's just gonna happen. So this is Aquaphor. Again, it's one of the products that I started using after Accutane, because Accutane really dries out your lips to the point where it was just straight up like craters of like dry lip skin. I had a lot of like cracked lips, and on top of that, like because of the ADHD, I have a lot of like skin picking, lip picking. I bite my lips and I peel my like lip skin a lot if there is anything that sticks out. And I still do this. However, I place Aquaphor on my bed every single night. It's on my pillow. I legitimately do not have any excuse to not apply Aquaphor at night because it is literally sleeping next to me more often than my partner sleeps next to me because we don't live together, right? So every night, it takes 10 seconds, not even 10 seconds, like really 5 seconds. I apply it, and it is the only lip moisturizer that, like, when I wake up in the morning, it actually moisturizes and hydrates my lips rather than kind of like just sitting on top. I have gone through a lot of different packages for Aquaphor, and this is the one that works best for me. Aquaphor has gotten really expensive over the years, so I first started out with the 7-ounce tube, which it ended up getting a little funky. Like, I don't know if that was just me, and I also wasn't going through it quickly enough. I think I had it for like a full year. This is a good size so that it doesn't get funky, but like I am using it almost every single day. It lasts me around 6 months, and it's, you know, it's still hygienic. A lot of my skincare is about doing the bare minimum. And one thing I do also want to call out that I notice now, like, the reason why I like a lot of these products is because they're kind of sanitary, like pumping, you're not interacting with the product itself, so it stays good for much longer. I hate tubs and creams for face products because it just feels really unsanitary even if your hands are going in with clean fingers. So those were the top 4 core skincare products that I think are super important, and also they're pretty affordable. Most of them are under, I think all of them are under $20 for sure, and you know, it's reliable. However, I do have one honorary mention, and that is the Paula's Choice BHA. This is the 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. I'm sure you might have heard of it. I feel like a lot of people rave about this, and I ended up trying it. So I use this, I think, every 2 to 3 days. I do notice that my skin can get over exfoliated if I use this every other day. Your mileage may vary. Some people can use this every single day and they're fine, but I do notice, particularly in my T-zone area, I will get peeling. Even on my nose area, I'll get peeling. So I still do have like blackheads here, but I think this does help prevent, like, not prevent, but it does feel like when my skin just is a little bit more textured, like there's some clogged pores going on. Once I do apply this, I do notice a difference. And again, this is for all skin types. It has a very short ingredient list, not irritating, and I got it for an affordable price. They were doing actually I paid for this full price. Full price! It was $32, but I'm still using the first bottle that I purchased. I actually purchased a backup one because I thought like, oh, like, I don't know if you could hear that, but it's running low. So I was like, yeah, like, I think there's maybe like 10% of the bottle left. So I bought a new one during their anniversary sale, and that was a really good deal. It ended up being like around $20 for one bottle. So you're saving like 33%. So again, you can definitely find this product on sale, and it's not a required product, but I do feel like it helps prevent small breakouts and any clogged pores and things like that. So yeah, I have been using this for 2.5 years. I looked up in my history because I was like, have I used it for that long? But yeah, I've only used this for 2.5 years, and it did take me a while to finally set up the routine use of it. Like, at some point I was only using it like once every week, so like I kind of just forgot about it. But once I was like starting to really integrate it into my skincare routine, I went from once a week to 2 times a week, and then now I'm at 2 to 3 times a week, and I feel like that is a good place to be at. So yeah, I really like this product. It doesn't break me out, and a lot of people have good experiences with it. But again, it is kind of pricey. I also have purchased the Coast DNA one, and I don't like I don't know why, but like this just works better for me. Like I feel like the CoCNA one doesn't really work it's for me as much, and part of it could be that like a lot of the Korean formulations don't use specifically, I think there was some kind of regulation where they only use like the original like FDA approved ingredient for BHA or salicylic acid. Another thing is that regardless of however much skincare or how nice or how expensive your skincare is, sunscreen is super important. And I did not mention a sunscreen here only because I have not found a sunscreen formulation that I enjoy. And I have tried so many sunscreens. But if you do have a recommendation that I haven't tried before, like please feel free to comment it down below, because as someone with like normal to oily skin, I just hate the feeling of most of the sunscreen products that I've applied to my face. And I've applied a lot of different formulations. The one that I found that I've liked the most so far was the Beat the Sun one from Crave Beauty. I think that one was really nice, but it is kind of on the pricier end. And right now what I am trying is the La Roche-Posay Dry Touch Sunscreen. So I have used the La Roche-Posay regular sunscreen, and that one is nice, but it is quite shiny as a finish. Yeah, so again, still exploring sunscreen. I do also notice that like I facial sweat, so like some people don't actually sweat from their face pores, but I sweat profusely from my face pores. And so like applying sunscreen and then like sweating, it will almost always like this is kind of why I don't like the summer. I am exploring using Audubon. That's something that my sister gave me to try out. So I will let you guys know if that actually works out for me. I have noticed that it caused a little bit of peeling, but Audubon is basically like this spray-on antiperspirant, which uses aluminum, and it helps to just prevent as much sweating on the face. So yeah, I will try that and let you guys know. Okay, yeah, and then like last thing is kind of just like, if you are currently experiencing breakouts, and I know how demoralizing that feels. I know how like, you know, like change takes time. Don't rush yourself into things, because at one point I really damaged my skin simply because I was trying to rush things. So I applied 10% benzoyl peroxide on my skin every single night. And obviously it caused a lot of irritation and actually even more breakouts. I was using like a lot of different actives on the same night. Like it's just, be patient with yourself, be patient with your skin. Sun care is important. So not just sunscreen, but you know, if you're going out, wear a hat. Something that I learned in this past year is like the reason why I scarred so badly on my forehead here is because I would go out, one, without sunscreen, but then also without a hat. So now every time I go out with a hat, just so that like whatever kind of like active breakout that I'm experiencing here, it's not going to be locked in by the sun. Think about all of these small things. The sun is a deadly laser, and also be patient with yourself. Don't rush things. Slowly integrate new products into your skincare regimen. Test those products before even entering them to your face. Like put it on like a random spot on your body, and like, you know, your body skin might not be this as reactive as your face skin, but it is a helpful marker to see if like, oh, why is this patch of skin red like an hour after I applied it? Maybe I shouldn't apply that product to my face. So yeah, hopefully all of these tips have been helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're still watching, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Have any video requests down below. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye!